got breaking news here on Colts Talk, a free agent signing that only the Indianapolis Colts could make. Nasir Adderley, who last played in 2022 going into 2023, is returning to football, and the Colts are the first team to get the crack at him. They are signing Nasir Adderley, the free safety, free agent. He's been a free agent technically for years. He's been retired. Technically did retire after the 2022-2023 season. At the ripe old age of 28 years old, Adderley will return to the NFL. Was a really well-graded safety in the draft, and then playing for the Chargers for 4 years, called it quits. We will get into that, plus the numbers, plus the fit with the Colts here in just a second. But man, the Colts, this is how they do it, right? They just signed a guy who'd never played football before. Now they will sign a guy who hasn't played football in 4 years. Unbelievable. But first things first, Colts Nation, you know how we do it. Let's welcome Nasir Adderley to the roster, to Indy. Do it by hitting that thumbs up button right now. So Adderley retires in March of 2023. Definitely an interesting signing here, right? In the secondary, the safety position especially is not like a overly pressing matter for the Colts as of right now. But Chris Ballard's been very creative in free agency, and he's not afraid to go get the guys that he thinks could help this team. Now, I am fascinated because you look at safety, and I do think this is one of the positions with the loss of Nick Cross that you kind of feel like got worse through free agency. You bring in Jonathan Owens, you bring in Wanye Thomas, those additions are there. And I was talking to the guys in the office, and I said, I don't know where Adderley fits here. I compete for a job, right? Yeah, we'll see what he does there. And Cam Bynum still does a great job at free safety. Hunter Wooler's going to look to step up now with Nick Cross gone. I mean, it's all going to get very interesting for the Colts in their secondary. And to pair it with that, an interesting signing indeed. You take a look at Adderley. Look, I think this is a guy who maybe didn't do all the things he wanted in the first 4 years of his NFL career, but I don't look at a guy that failed or was a bust or was trash and thrown away. I just think football wasn't working out for him at the time. I think you make a solid addition here. It's a big question mark. It's a big question mark, though, with Nasir Adderley. I mean, you want to sit there and break down who he is and how he can fit in and in your favorite place. I don't think that's the case here. I just think you have a guy who got out of football when he got out of football, made his decision. Now he wants to get back in, and you're giving him a look. Again, the Colts very creative in this. And again, worst comes to worst, you give him a shot, you let him try out. He doesn't look very good in training camp, even, whatever, OTAs or whatever you run him through. If he looks completely lost, you let him go. You'd probably figure he's doing some workouts trying to get back for a while now. So my question, give me a one-word reaction to the Adderley signing. One word, you get one. Let us know what you think down below. All right, so I do want to go through, we have the reason for retirement and we have the reason for return for Adderley, which I think are both relative at this point. This was his Instagram message back when he retired. After a period of self-reflection, I have decided it's time for me to walk away from the game of football. Over the past couple of years, I've denied this realization, but I'm finally going to put myself first for once. My health is above anything, and everyone around me knows that. Truly, overstanding my purpose has given me the confidence knowing I don't belong an employee anymore. My purpose involves spending more time with my loved ones, business ownership, and chasing my passion of true liberation. With that being said, it has been a dream come true to play in the NFL and have the opportunity to go play for the Chargers organization. I believe I've yet to scratch the surface of the player I could be, but if it's at the expense of my peace of mind, then it's no longer for me. Through it all, I can proudly say I have given this game my all through everything I've endured. It's been a joy to create such amazing relationship, and words can't express how much love and gratitude I have for you all. So again, that was the retirement message. We did note there was some, not overly major injuries, but he was dealing with an injury at the time. Again, heart not in football, it feels like, at that time. Now, the message today. It's now been 3 years since I left the NFL, and I am extremely happy with my development, health, family and entrepreneurship were my top priorities, and I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish. The freedom to manage my own schedule was very important to me, but I didn't realize how much I'd miss having football in my life. The competition, the brotherhood, just being involved in the game, that means so much to me, my family. Therefore, I am officially announcing my intention to return to the NFL. A lot there. There's a lot going on there, both the retirement and now the return for Nasir Adderley. Interesting stuff, but I think it's definitely an addition that the Colts could make work. I think he'll get the chance to compete. He'll get the chance to impress. But I will note, for me personally, looking at him, looking at the situation, he's going to have to go through a lot to not only make this roster, but make a difference out there. And to be honest, maybe that speaks to the player Chris Ballard believes he could be and or was. The fact that they're giving him this opportunity and still believe a guy that's been out of football for 3 or 4 years can jump back in and try and get after it. So, reminder, don't miss any Colts breaking news. We got it all here for you. All you got to do, hit that sub button. Anytime something happens with the Colts, we'll have it on Colts Talk. So be sure to subscribe. Adderley, the latest addition, the latest news with the Indianapolis Colts, definitely plays into the draft. I definitely don't know that the Colts are going to go safety now, right? Seems like that room in general pretty stacked. Jonathan Owens, Wanye Thomas, they figured to already jump in with Wooler, and those other guys all coming together and trying to make up a safety group after the loss of Nick Cross, which seems pretty costly. And I know a lot of fans are noting that it seems like they are worse at the safety position. So this is an interesting addition. And again, this is a former second-round pick. He played a lot of games in the 4 years that he played. Seems like it wasn't a bust situation once again. It doesn't seem like the Chargers were done with him or it wasn't working out. It just seems like the guy didn't love football anymore, made the decision to get out, realized how much he misses football, and makes the decision to come back in with the Colts. And we kind of joked during some mock draft stuff that the Colts are like the team to try the weird stuff and the weird player and try something different and do something different. Well, I think this is the greatest example here in Nasir Adderley, a guy that's been out of football for 3 years and now looks to get back in the groove with the Indianapolis Colts. I think this is interesting because of all the needs you have right now and other pressing needs, but again, if Chris Ballard thinks this is worth a swing, worth a try, and wants to do that, then here we go with Nasir Adderley. Reminder, anything Colts, draft, free agency, trades, anything going on with the Indianapolis Colts, if you're a true Colts fan and you want all the latest, there is but one thing to do: subscribe.